It's race day. Good morning from the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia. It's pretty cool, actually. It's about 16 degrees, which is a little unusual for a start of a Hobart, but we are expecting southerly by the afternoon, so it's going to be busy. A little damp as well, but hopefully that will clear too. Now 129 boats, not 142, doubtless paperwork and other issues that have happened. And they're all getting themselves ready for a very fast run down the harbour under spinnakers. Nobody really loves that. It's not the ideal in the sailing fraternity. It's not the ideal way to start because there's an awful lot to get sorted out when you get to the turning points on the inner mark and the outer mark. But it's great for the spectators, which is brilliant. And then they get around the corner and it's battened down, and that's really what the weather's going to be about for the first 24 hours of this race. We've just had the race briefing update, not a great deal changing there. Now all of the models are beginning to align. Very solid start with southerly at about 20 plus knots, 22 knots. The biggest factor in that first 24 hours is going to be the sea. So that was sort of 2 to 3 meters yesterday. That's now 3 to 4 meters. Those are big seas, particularly when you're a powered up boat. So there's going to be a good deal of, quote, maintaining the asset, as they say these days, in some of the boats, in many of the boats, I think, on that first night to make sure they don't get any breakages. I think we can reasonably expect some overnight retirements. Hopefully not too many, and hopefully everybody's safe. The breeze will moderate gradually, and the seas will moderate after the first sort of 24 hours, 18, 24 hours. For the front runners, this is going to be interesting. They can power up and go south pretty fast, but what they're concerned about is the high that's moving across, and pretty much all of the models are showing that high pushing out across the east coast of Tasmania in the early hours of Sunday morning. And exactly how that models and how light that gets for them, that transition is going to be a really important one for the front runners, particularly as to who will come out with line honours. One thing you can safely say is there's not even a chance of getting close to the record. In fact, actually, it's probably going to be one of the slower finishes for the line honours. I think possibly even Sunday evening before they get in. We have asked one or two of them if they can make sure that they get in daylight hours, so we can actually film them and not at night. It's pretty hard yards, that, for the media. So who's going to get there in the line honours? It's really hard to say. If you look at Sportsbet, yes, Masterlock Comanche's up there. Not a lot between them, but I still wouldn't rule out Lucky. She's lower down in the Sportsbet, but that is a very, very fast boat. And if she just gets that transition right, she could be a real menace to the real 100-footers, if you like. The overall's interesting. So we were talking probably yesterday, on Christmas Eve, about it possibly being a small boat race, but been talking with John Curnow and talking around a few of the more experienced sailors there, Stu Bannatyne and others as well. And I think the possibility is that, in fact, it will actually be in the sort of 60, 70-foot mark, so a URM or a Celestial. Remains to be seen. The main problem for the smaller boats is they just simply are not going to get enough speed in the nor'easterly stream that will come later. It just gets there too late. And by then, the big guys will be parked, and quite likely the runners behind them will be home and hosed as well. Remains to be seen. Could still all change. We're going to do a dock walk, talk to a few people before we head off and start the coverage. So we'll see.